Today we're going to make a bean sprout vegetable omelet. My MBK Camp Chef knife is going to be perfect to help prep these vegetables. We're just going to julienne slice some red onion. We're going to get that in the skillet, get it started sweating down while we prepare some other vegetables. We'll slice some tomatoes, we'll use some broccoli sprouts and some radish sprouts in this, and this is going to add a great deal of nutrients. We're going to get all of that in the skillet with the onions. Now we want to begin to caramelize those onions first, then add the tomato, then finally add our microgreens and our sprouts. We want them to wilt the least. We want to pull them apart well so that they spread out on the skillet. Otherwise, as they start to sweat down, those sprouts will kind of start adhering to each other. And we want to spread this out. We want it to look and flavor the omelet evenly. Sprouting seeds reduce acidic acid in your veggies and unlocks nutritional qualities that otherwise wouldn't be available. So you have an increased access to vitamins and minerals and other qualities that can reduce your risk of cancer. One study found by as much as 40% just eating 3 to 5 servings of broccoli sprouts a week. So we don't want to overcook these. We just want to sweat them down a little bit. Then we're going to start preparing our egg. So we've got a little bacon grease, of course, in the cast iron, and we're going to get the egg in there. We've got our heat set at just moderate. If I'm over a campfire at this point, I just want coals. And so we're going to get this in there. We're going to let that brown just slowly and only a little bit. And so we want to make sure that the egg is cooked through so we can manipulate it. And really I'm using here my it's called the splitter from the full Windsor collection. This is a titanium piece of camp kit. It allows me to kind of get in there and separate the egg from the cast iron, get that egg spread nicely and evenly so I get a good solid cook. And we're going to flip this over. We're going to add just a dollop of Kefir, however you want to say that, and then we're going to add some cheese to that. The kefir and the cheese go really well together, and then we're going to get our greens just on top of all of that, and we're going to let this again just sweat a little bit, and once we get this folded, we want to leave it sit just long enough to let some of the liquid from especially the tomato and the greens come out of that omelet so we can handle it. So let's get those veggies on there. And I feel healthy just preparing this. And so these sprouts are delicious. The radish adds a little bit of spice to this. And if you're familiar with the spice of a radish green has a subtle spice to it. And so we're going to get in there, and we're going to get the titanium out of this. We can flip it nicely. We got a little bit of a tear, but that's okay. The cheese will heal that. And we just want to cover this for a moment and let that again, just let the juices kind of come out of that and some of the liquid separate from the egg and run out of the egg so this looks nice when it's plated. We're going to go ahead and throw this on a plate. And that's beautiful. We're going to garnish this with some additional radish sprouts because they're beautiful and they got that purple color. And we're ready to dig in. This just needs to sit for a minute or two to cool, and you've got a perfect vegetable omelet.